The Somali coast, stretching over 3,000 kilometers, is the longest in mainland Africa. For centuries, these turquoise waters have sustained fishing communities and served as a vital trade route. Beneath the surface, however, lies a secret: vast reservoirs of oil and natural gas. Geologists have long suspected that the same forces that enriched the Middle East also shaped this coastline. Today, that hidden potential is finally being unlocked. A new alliance between Somalia and Turkey is set to transform the region. This partnership is about more than oil. It's about shifting power and redrawing the map of influence in East Africa. The world is watching as the discovery of an estimated 20 billion barrels of oil turns this once remote coastline into a global focal point. Opportunity and risk now hang in the balance for Somalia and its people. The fate of this hidden treasure will shape the destiny of the region. The waves that once carried only fishermen now echo with the hum of industry and the stirrings of change. The story of Somalia's coast is no longer just about beauty. It's about the future. Somalia's oil potential has been known for decades, with estimates as high as 30 billion barrels. Yet, civil war and instability kept this wealth out of reach. The collapse of central authority and the rise of piracy made investment impossible. International companies stayed away, deterred by chaos and insecurity. The Gulf of Aden became infamous for piracy, further isolating Somalia. But change has come slowly. With international support, Somalia has rebuilt institutions and restored some order. Piracy has declined, and a federal government now operates from Mogadishu. This fragile stability has opened a window for new opportunities. For the first time in decades, Somalia can look beyond survival and toward prosperity. The resources beneath its coast may finally fund a brighter future. The question now: can Somalia turn potential into progress? The world is watching, hopeful but wary. In March 2024, a pivotal agreement was signed in Istanbul. Somali and Turkish officials granted Turkish Petroleum exclusive rights to explore Somalia's offshore oil and gas. For Somalia, it was a leap of faith, a chance to control its resources and rebuild on its own terms. The partnership with Turkey, rooted in historical ties, signaled a new era. The deal was more than business. It was a statement of ambition and trust. By May 2025, the alliance delivered. Turkey announced a massive oil discovery, confirming Somalia's long-suspected potential. The Istanbul Agreement became the key to unlocking one of the world's last great energy reserves. Images of Somali leaders negotiating confidently on the world stage marked a turning point. The years of chaos were giving way to opportunity and self-determination. Somalia's oil was no longer a distant dream. It was a reality. The stage was set for an oil revolution in East Africa. But with new wealth comes new challenges. The world's eyes are now fixed on Somalia's next move. Turkey's interest in Somalia goes far beyond oil. The deal is a cornerstone of Turkey's broader strategy to expand its influence in Africa and the Middle East. Direct access to Somali oil would boost Turkey's energy security and reduce its dependence on other suppliers. Turkey's military presence in Mogadishu, including its largest overseas base, deepens the partnership. This alliance strengthens Turkey's role as a security provider in the region. It's a clear signal to rivals that Turkey is here to stay. Turkey offers Somalia a model of partnership distinct from former colonial powers. Economic investment, military support, and cultural ties are all part of the package. For Turkey, Somalia is a strategic ally. For Somalia, Turkey is a gateway to stability and growth. Together, they aim to reshape the Horn of Africa. The Somalia-Turkey oil deal has sent shockwaves across the Horn of Africa. Ethiopia, landlocked and populous, sees both opportunity and risk in Somalia's rise. Kenya, with its own oil ambitions, faces a powerful new competitor next door. Old maritime disputes could flare as fortunes shift. Gulf states like the UAE, long invested in the region, now face a direct challenge from Turkey's growing influence. Somalia has become a stage for regional and global rivalries. The oil discovery has raised the stakes for everyone. The region's balance of power is shifting fast. The world is watching as alliances and ambitions collide. The oil deal's financial terms raise a crucial question. Will ordinary Somalis benefit? Initially, Turkey recovers its investment, taking up to 90% of revenue, while Somalia receives a modest share. Once costs are covered, Somalia's share jumps to 70%, a high rate by African standards. Supporters say the deal protects Somalia from risk. Critics worry the cost recovery phase could drag on. Transparency and accountability will be vital to ensure fair profit sharing. The government must invest oil revenues in public services and economic diversification. If managed well, oil wealth could rebuild Somalia and lift millions from poverty. But if mismanaged, it could enrich only a few and deepen inequality. The stakes are enormous. Good governance will determine whether oil is a blessing or a curse. The world is watching Somalia's next steps. Somalia's path to prosperity is fraught with danger. Security remains fragile, with extremist threats and political divisions simmering. Oil wealth could spark new conflicts over revenue and power. Piracy, though reduced, could return as oil operations expand. Environmental risks loom large. Somalia lacks the capacity to handle major oil spills. The oil curse threatens. Sudden wealth can breed corruption, inequality, and economic instability. Diversification and strong institutions are essential to avoid this fate. The nation must balance opportunity with caution. The choices made now will echo for generations. Somalia stands at a critical crossroads. In late 2025, Somalia faces two possible futures. One path leads to Hope Oil Wealth Funds, schools, hospitals, and infrastructure, creating jobs and unity. Somalia becomes a model of partnership and progress, reclaiming its place as a proud, sovereign nation. The coastline transforms from a symbol of lawlessness to a hub of commerce and sustainable wealth. But there's a darker path. Oil enriches a small elite, fueling corruption and conflict. Old divisions resurface, and dependence on oil leaves the nation vulnerable. The environment suffers, and foreign rivalries turn Somalia into a battleground. The outcome depends on the choices of leaders and citizens alike. The discovery of oil is a rare second chance. It's an opportunity to heal and build anew. The world watches, hoping Somalia chooses the path of light. The nation's future is unwritten. The next chapter begins now.